right, have you ever fantasized or dreamed about owning a particular car? Maybe something you saw in your childhood, maybe something your neighbor had. I think we've all been down that road before. But what if your dream came true? What if you got the exact car that you wanted? Today, we're going to meet somebody who did just that. Let's introduce him. Well, John, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
I tell you, when I walked by the car, I was like, "Ooh, that is the nicest looking 2002 I've ever seen."
Well,
I mean, wow, it's just stunning. Now, you didn't come about this in the usual way, so let's back up. I mean, tell us what year it is and what model make it is.
It's a 73 BMW 2002.
Okay.
And it was the BMW Car Club of America's classic car raffle car last year.
Okay, now stop there for a minute and let's back up to your childhood, because you probably guessed it. John has won this car, but it isn't just. We got to go backwards. So, why the interest in BMW? Was there ever an interest in the 2002s?
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up. My dad always had kind of unusual cars. I grew up with him driving a 1939 Chevrolet Master Deluxe business coupe.
Oh, wow.
Riding on the back parcel shelf as a little kid, and then a Peugeot 504. My dad was in the military.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fun car. Rolled over quite a bit when you went around the corners, but it stuck. So my dad was in the military. We lived in Germany for 3 years, and that was right in the early 80s there, right starting in about 80. And 2002s were always in the left lane chasing the 911s. I just thought, what's that boxy thing, and why is it hanging with a 911?
Okay.
So I've wanted one since, and told my wife when we first started dating that one day we'd have a 2002.
Okay, so you get married, and you have kids. Does the car ever materialize?
It hadn't. You know, life and kids and paying for college, all
I know.
Along, and you know, but it was always there. I've got my 2002 flag on Bring a Trailer, and always was watching the.
Yep, I was keeping track. How much are they going for? Absolutely. All right, we've all been down that road tracking cars on that. Okay, so let's fast forward. To just this past year.
Yep.
So tell us how you got the car.
The BMW Car Club had their classic car raffle, and I saw it was a 2002. I usually buy one raffle ticket from CCA a year, usually for a new car. Saw this pop up, and I went to buy my one ticket and dream, and I accidentally clicked the radio button to buy 4. So I spent $100 on raffle tickets, and the first ticket won.
And the first ticket won.
Yes. So, it was.
Okay, so you put the ticket in, and then were you at the show? Did you actually see the car at the show?
Well, they raffle it.
Because they were at they were out in, was it California?
Yeah, they did. They did show the car out there. It was stored in California, but they did the raffle. You didn't have to be there. It was done online. And I got a message at work. Came out of a meeting. I had a message on my phone saying I had won.
I don't know if I don't think I've never met anyone who's won a car.
Me either.
So you either.
No.
So, all right. You get the phone call. You're at work, and he says, "This is so and so. You've won the car." What was your first reaction? I mean, what did you?
My jaw hit my desk. I called my wife, and she said, "Well, is it legit?" And I said, "I don't know." And she said, "Well, why are you calling me?" I didn't want to know if it was a scam yet. I wanted to just dream for a little bit. Called my brother, who's a CCA member, told him the same, and then I finally called him back. And it took a little convincing that they weren't scamming me. And there's some back and forth, but they give several cars away a year, and they're used to it. Nobody ever believes them. So.
Right. Well, who would? Yeah. You entered a raffle and you won.
Yeah.
You mean I won, multiple tens of thousands, if not, hundreds of $1,000s car. Okay, now, so you win your childhood dream of a car.
Absolutely.
Okay, not only that, but the car, prior to them raffling it off, had a frame-off restoration. I mean, every nut and bolt gone.
Yeah.
and then put back together. See, I mean, you got a brand new car.
About as close as you can get for a 73.
Wow. Oh my gosh. All right, that is. If I wasn't seeing it, I'm not sure I'd believe it. That is an awesome story. Now, we are going to turn around and we are going to take a tour of this car. So let's just start at the front. Wow, the paint job on this is just amazing.
They did a really nice job.
They did.
It's a Nevada beige, which is a pretty rare color. It was not an available color on the 73, so it's not an original color for the year.
Okay.
It was available through 71 on 2002.
Okay.
But the previous owner really loved the color, and I agree.
Yeah, it actually looks really, I mean, I normally wouldn't pick out the color, but it does look great on the car, especially with all the bright work that's on with the chrome. Is that stainless steel or chrome?
It's chrome.
Okay.
Well, the bumpers are chrome. The grill work is all aluminum. So it will oxidize
Polish.
if you don't care for it.
Right.
It's getting tough to find those bits anymore, and they're in pretty darn good shape.
Oh, they're in very good shape. Now, you got a badge on the front. I'm assuming that's from the car club.
Yep.
Okay.
CCA
Sweet.
badge.
That's awesome. You want it from them, and they left the badge. You got a free badge.
Free badge.
That's right. That takes care of your other ticket that you
That's
bought.
right. That's right. The
You
other
got-
3 tickets.
Now
for the
you're just
badge.
missing out on like $50. Okay. So as far as the car, could you say 98% original? There's a few modifications.
Few mods, and it certainly isn't original to the year. The dashboard is from a 74 to 76 one-piece dash.
Okay.
Although all the buttons in that are the original 73. So it's all original 2002 parts.
Okay.
Other than a couple of performance upgrades, both in suspension and in the engine. So.
Okay. But the upgrades you made came from BMW.
Well, it's
part?
got or some tuners. It's got JE forged pistons.
Okay.
It's run a little higher compression. It's got a 38 Weber instead of the original Solex, single barrel Solex. It is running Coney Sport shocks, OEM springs, brand new OEM springs. And then ST sway bars front and rear.
Okay.
So. And the transmission, it's actually got a 5-speed, which was out of the E21.
Okay, all right. But they're taken from other BMWs and stuff
all period correct upgrades.
Man.
Yep.
All right. Now, when they restored it, we were talking earlier, they went down to such detail as making sure that the tread.
The tire, they did. When he replaced it, he put Pirelli CN36 on it, which is the original tread pattern from the 70s. It was originally a Porsche tire, I believe, and popular upgrade for O2s in the time. But they still use the same press for them. It's modern rubber, but the original.
That is just neat. That is so cool. All right, can we pop the hood?
Of course.
And take a look at the engine.
Yes, absolutely. Got to do it backwards in this era of BMW.
Oh yeah. You have it's the original heads.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Original air.
Yep.
Filter intake.
In the original color. Yeah.
In the original color. But you have different carburetors.
Yep, there's Webers under there, 38.
Okay.
Solex, single barrel Solex is what originally came on the O2.
Okay, so with the original setup, how much horsepower, torque would have been roughly?
Right around 100 horsepower. With the upgrades, maybe running 110, 115
Okay,
now.
all right. But at the time, that was matching Porsches.
Well, getting close, certainly maybe a 912.
And enough to give them a little chase.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then, of course, when they did it, I mean, again, it's frame off, so everything has been, taken out and repainted, even the engine bay.
Stripped it to the top.
I love the fuses. They are
ceramic
fuses. But, true to BMW engineering, they are very neatly laid out.
Yeah.
You can see them. Of course, they put in new, plastics in there and stuff just to get rid of the old
new
stuff.
Washer bottle, but
Original headlight bezels, though.
Yep. The buckets are all certainly period original if they didn't come on the car. But,
Okay, so this is just where the hood latches.
Yep. There's it flips over, and this hook comes up and grabs that to keep the hood from going through the windshield in a crash.
Okay. Huh. Safety early on.
Engineers.
I like it. All right, let's walk down the side here.
Yeah.
We know the tires are as original as you could possibly get, right, with new rubber. What about the rims?
The rims are reproduction by the company that made the optional. These are often referred to as the TII wheel. They were optional for all 2002s. So the original company was FPS out of Italy, and they did a run, I believe, in the early 90s.
Okay.
Read them. They're exact same wheel. Only way you can tell is that they're the reproduction versus the original, as it says FPS on the outside instead of on the
inside. They probably had to do that just to avoid any issues.
Yeah.
Okay. Stepping back, of course, I mean, the metal is just good, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
nice bright work.
Just wow, that looks nice.
Thank you.
Okay, gas cap back here.
Yep. Yeah.
Two-door only.
Two-door only.
Okay. All right. Let's step back and take a look inside the trunk.
Yeah, you betcha.
I love the back ends of these with the circle light, with all the, you got the brake light, the turn signal, and the reverse light.
All there, yeah.
All in one. And then were these just reflectors, or those were actually like considered early fog lamps?
Those are reflectors, and these are
side markers.
Lights.
Okay.
Yep. All the federal mandates. You'll see a lot of restored cars will shave those.
Okay.
And it does look better without them, but
I like it just the way it is. Okay, so this is neat. So inside, you can tell that it's been just completely redone, repainted.
Yeah.
And you got the flat floor, and they replaced, you said, the OEM boards, and then covered them again. Yep. Okay, but I think what's cool in this, and I've never seen the inside of the trunk of one of these, is how they split it. Mm-hmm. So can we take off the right cover first?
You betcha.
And there's your gas tank. So I mean, think about this. If you ever need to replace a fuel pump, easiest thing in the world to do.
Absolutely, it's right there.
Right there. All right, and then of course the front part that stays.
Yeah.
Okay, but this left side comes off.
Yep,
so we can take the left side out.
Pop that. You got your spare and jack and warning triangle.
Now that's something you don't see often in modern cars. First of all, to find the tire.
Yeah.
B, to find one that's the right size for the car. Right. Come on. I love that full-sized spare or matching rim.
Yep.
That is just awesome. I just think that's cool the way they divide this into two compartments. And
Absolutely.
When I first looked at it, I was like, well, there's no way they fit everything.
Yeah.
But they make such good use of it. I mean,
it's the Germans.
Wow.
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. All right. Let's take a little bit of a look on the inside.
Sure.
Okay, so coming up to the front here. So this is the steering wheel from what again?
This is a steering wheel from an E29 320IS.
Boy,
it has been recovered.
I gotta tell you, it looks a little naked.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, there's no buttons on it. No buttons on it.
There's no. This is a pure analog driving experience,
which is awesome.
Yeah, it sure is.
Now, this dashboard you said is out of a different.
The dashboard piece here is the one piece. You can tell by this curve right here.
Okay.
In '73, they would have had a two-piece dashboard. This is a dashboard out of 74 to 76. That is a part that's become very difficult to find, and they're very expensive.
Okay.
And they crack. And so when they restored this,
they decided
he found the 74. So some of these markings around here are not accurate.
Okay. The buttons are actually
the buttons are all accurate.
The gauges are original.
Yep. The sliders. All of that.
But they may not do what they say.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So it is lights. It is a lighter. The one on the right side over there is a wiper instead of a rear defroster, and the one that says front fog light is actually the rear defroster.
Okay. Yeah. If you shift in reverse and you go forward, that's all right. That part wasn't German engineering, right? Now, you say it's a 5-speed. It's 5-speed. Would have been a 4.
Yep.
I'm assuming the stereo is one of those AM/FM Bluetooth ones.
Yep.
Okay.
It's retro sound stereo, so it looks period correct, but
you can run your phone through it. If you're going to drive it, you got to have some modern comforts, right?
Well, theoretically, I don't use it. I like to listen to that.
You like to listen to the sound of the engine. I'm with you. But if you got your wife with, she may like to listen to music.
She might need a little music.
Sunroof operational, works just fine.
Yep.
That's amazing. I mean, of course, it's been restored. It works. But now,
like
the carpet was been this color.
Yep, carpet was that color, though this has been replaced.
Right. Oh, yes. And the seats have also been upholstered, and they're Recaro seats from a different year.
From the 320IS.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, but would this combination, the carpet's color, seat color, and color of the car, was that ever sold as a combination in the year that they made this?
No.
No. So this is a unique combination.
Yep.
I gotta say, it looks great.
Thank you,
Between
yes.
this color, the black, and then the sort of the baseball glove brown.
Yep.
Man, it's stunning.
Absolutely.
It is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, the previous owner did it right.
Now, you've got it's air temperature controls down here on the left.
Over here is your heater or floor vents and your defroster. This controls on or off for your vents. The slider on the other side is your heater and the blower.
Okay.
And then the air conditioning is down the 2 vents below. And they're separate. The air conditioning was not a factory option on any of the 2002s. It was a dealer add-on, although this one's got a modern, I believe ice AC is the
Okay, well, you said it's very cold, but it only blows out of those 2 vents.
Yep.
So do you have any control over the temperature of it, or is it?
Yep.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
That and fan speed. That's the fan speed.
Yep.
On this side, by the steering wheel.
And that's the temperature on the other side there.
Is it just a rotary knob,
Yep,
or is it
just
pull?
turn it to make it cooler. I told you, it's analog.
Man, now what is on the dashboard?
That's one of the warning label things, so it tells you to fasten your seatbelts when you hop in. That was a federally mandated deal here in the U.S.
Okay, so they added that?
Yeah. You'll rarely find an O2 where that works. Everybody undoes it.
Yeah.
If you don't know to put on your seatbelt, then that little light's not going to
help you. Okay, well, let's head back up to the front. Well, John, I can't imagine. I mean, first of all, figuring out that this was a real deal, right? And then, what was the first time? I'm assuming you'd probably, when they raffled it off, they had pictures of it on the internet.
Yep.
Okay. When was the first time you actually laid eyes on the actual car?
When they rolled it off the trailer, when I had it delivered.
Okay.
And it was dark in middle of January, and I brought every flashlight, all my old hunting lights and everything out, and pulled it around to the garage and put it into the garage, and then had to wait for the salt to clear.
Okay.
Purgatory.
So yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, here you have this beautiful car that you've just won is here, and you can't drive it. So, what was the next best thing you could do? Don't tell me you didn't go out to the garage and play with it.
Oh, I absolutely did. I went out every Saturday morning and sat and made engine noises and giggled to myself like a little boy.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think every single one of us would have been in that same spot. So, any future plans with the car? I mean, are you planning on, like, I've always wanted this particular thing on the car, I'm going to modify it, put this on. You're going to let it be as is for now?
No, the previous owner built it about exactly what I would have done. And so I don't have a complaint, don't have any plans for it other than bring it out to the occasional car show and make people smile. The thing with an O2 is everybody's got a story. Everybody knows somebody or had one, and everybody smiles when they talk about the O2. So that's the second best thing to driving it is seeing all the smiles. So bring it out to a car show and just keep it in good shape, but it'll get driven.
I was going to ask you what your favorite memory was of the car, but maybe that's it, or you have a different one.
Of this particular car, or of
this one?
Probably my favorite memory was the first time I pulled it out of the garage and actually got to drive it. I just perma-grin and giggling, and
that wasn't that long ago. A couple months
ago, yeah.
And was this the first car show you brought it to?
I had it out in Spring Park, out at the Eurotech show yesterday or Thursday.
Just getting warmed up.
So yeah.
John, thank you so much for spending your time and your awesome story on this beautiful 2002 BMW.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.